All right. NVIDIA Wednesday, same fucking day. FOMC. Cool, you always fucking do this shit. Cause either the Fed is gonna mess it up for us, or for or any not well, yeah. Either the Fed's gonna bring the market down, saying they're uncertain, blah 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 blah. They're not gonna maybe do it on December, the rate cuts, and NVIDIA is gonna save us, or save us whatnot, and then by fucking Thursday or Friday we can get more bad news and drop on down. But anyways, what investors are most likely gonna be looking forward to is gonna be the FOMC, Nvidia, and I believe we have data on Thursday and Friday. But anyways, let me get back to this. Okay, so we have labor data on Thursday. So it's gonna be Wednesday. That's gonna be number one, and then Thursday is gonna be number two, based on all the labor data that's coming out. Friday we do have later, but not as important one as Thursday. Um, but it's also important to see where we close Friday. Anyways, so I was telling the homie how there's a 3 candle box forming with Ethereum. Here's the time and date. And something I was telling him last night. There's a 1 hour candle Ethereum right here. So far, have you seen after he had a drop on Thursday, Ethereum has held this flat line, which is bad, good and bad. This is telling me pretty much is waiting for the FOMC. Not that crypto is, but it's gonna be moved by that. If crypto, and by that I mean Bitcoin and Ethereum, weren't synchronized to the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, you would have seen they having different. It's like two people, two different people. Their whole body organs and all that bullshit, they work differently. The pulses, everything, the blood is at a different so and so, now they're different. So you wouldn't be able to a link same the same system, that how you wouldn't be able to be like, yo, it's crazy how like both of these people's everything about them is saying, the way their their pulse, their blood type, all this shit is, they're synchronized. They're the same. They're twins or whatnot. That'll be weird. So that's the same thing with Ethereum and Bitcoin to the S&P 500. If you follow them from the daily, weekly, monthly, and you see how they may not move at the same time, at the same hour, the same day, but they'll be off by a little bit, not that much. And also, Ethereum and Bitcoin will start warning you too if the market is gonna start down. Like I mentioned in my other video, how Bitcoin in the 8 hour candle right here, as it broke this 3 candle box structure that failed. And I mentioned in my other video how they work. Here's one of them, 3 candle box. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. It happened a lot. Here's another one. This is what you would have wanted, or this is what you want right now. You have this 3 candle box. If we close this, we normally tend to break it, complete it, or we can get something like this happening, where we can close Sunday somewhere here red, and as we open for the Fed, bullshit and all that crap, the market can start putting their money in. But based on how we had the whole October thing, I don't think we're gonna get this, strong. Looking forward for F1, we're gonna get some sort of flat week. Um, something like this. Something like this. Not really so sure that the Fed comes and says some bullshit, but then we sustain it. We're gonna go down, and then Friday or some shit, we get some tweet or some bullshit, and so. But so far, there's three candle box. So let me explain you this three candle box right here. Last night, normally from Friday, Saturday, you're supposed to get this slow rally, and if the market is really fucking happy, you'll get this high pushing up towards, especially from Saturday to Sunday night, you'll start seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum have this strong pushing up. But since we're scared, it'll make sense why the market isn't really having that crazy push on up, especially from your Saturday, Sunday, because we're coming to the end of the weekend. So normally at nighttime, that's when Bitcoin and Ethereum go for it. So here we have just look at the play right here. We close the 12-hour candle, which is very important, at 5 p.m. So we start getting the pushing up, 2 in the morning, 3, and then 4 o'clock. Sinks down, closes, making your 12-hour candle close inside of here, which is that's fucking bad. What you didn't want, it was the opposite of what you wanted, to signal to show that the market is gonna open where it's at, or even stronger. So what you wanted this forward can actually to shoot the same shit, the opposite, and then close here at 5 o'clock, and then that would have showed that you would start seeing on tweets, all your people talking about how you know we're gonna go back up again, or this is the bottom, and we could so and so whatnot, all that shit. But you had the opposite. You see how just concentrating in this area right here, that's telling me that the fucking market is gonna open. It's very scared. It's very uncertain. Um, so now we're gonna close another forward candle, I believe, at 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock, and it's still in the fucking bad area. So all this is telling me is that the S&P is gonna open the same area, and the market is really uncertain about what the Fed's gonna say, because really that's what they're gonna. You're gonna start seeing in the S&P, or you're gonna start seeing investors uh, keep an eye on this week for the FOMC, blah 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 blah. That's really what's gonna really save us, and that saved us. Thursday could fuck us up with all that labor report bullshit, and keep us more volatile or whatnot. On top of that, you're gonna have your Nvidia, damn. So it's gonna be very volatile, especially where we are. Where we are, this is gonna signal the FOMC is gonna signal, and Nvidia is gonna signal, yeah, this was the bottom, or it's gonna signal, no, you guys, we're gonna drop down a little bit more. We guys still gonna go down a little bit, and I wonder if it's not this week. I wonder if it's gonna be next week where they trap us and we go down a little bit more, and but I doubt it, because I feel what the FOMC is gonna set it up. Um, it's gonna set a tone and prices to where they're gonna stay in those regions for a while. Anyways, too much in the future. And you go to Ethereum daily. So see how both of them are very neutral. And put my indicator on. Any of my indicators tell me, hey buddy, this is your entry and we're about to drop. Hey buddy. Yo buddy. So see, same thing here. You want it. Here you had Sunday, 1 in the morning, 4 o'clock, go down. Same shit with this. You wanted 4 in the morning to shoot up, to show that, especially how flat it is. Look how flat Ethereum is. 1 hour candle. That's flat, yo. That's really scared. Normally over the weekends, you have this nice rally up movement. If you pay attention to Bitcoin, I'm gonna start making more videos on the weekends. And you're gonna see, I'm gonna be pointing that, okay, this is what you want to see with Bitcoin and Ethereum to show you that the S&P 500 is gonna open positive or even stronger. This is telling me the S&P 500 is really fucking scared. It doesn't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, that's all I want to say. So if we keep up to where we are with this pressure, we're gonna see Bitcoin Ethereum at, so we close at 9. So by 8:45, close at 9. So by 8:45 to 9:30, we want to see Ethereum be back up here again by at least um, 3,218, or at least 3,200. That way we can be up here and we close at your, what will be at 1 o'clock. And then at the S&P it opens at 3, which then will be half of the last four candle from 1 to 5. That's why you normally see more reaction there, because the S&P opens and you see more action with Bitcoin and Ethereum around that time. So we should see it be up here, and then we should see it close up high. Not nothing crazy, but still letting you know, like, okay, cool. We're still waiting. It's telling you that crypto's still waiting for this week's data. Because if you think about it, Bitcoin and Ethereum, unlike the regular market, what moves the regular market? Good news and bad news, right? You know how fucking good news and bad news are every day for fucking crypto? You know how fucking tons and tons of bankers, countries, whatever country, that are fucking doing shit with Bitcoin? How if there was fucking, if you would have seen, you see that every day how many banks and countries are buying, and this is not Ethereum and Bitcoin and integrating, and JP Morgan is coming out. You got BlackRock coming out and telling you the tokenization. You would have thought that would have fucking skyrocket fucking Ethereum, that would have skyrocket Bitcoin, all those fucking good news. No, you don't. You see it fucking drop down. You see it follow the S&P 500. So in the beginning of this year, I was also telling you that Bitcoin was gonna start consolidating to keep it under pressure, manipulating it so they can buy it and do all the regulations, buy what they need, and have it in their pockets. That way, once they're ready, they're gonna announce it, and then they're gonna let it loose, and then let Bitcoin. But then again, if Bitcoin and Ethereum shoot on up like crazy, that means the S&P 500 is gonna be shooting up like crazy. So knowing if there's a bottom right here, which everything indicates to me that it could be, because you have the S&P 500. I mean, you have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum holding underneath 50 weekly Fibonacci right here. Here's the 50 Fibonacci in the weekly, and it's barely hanging up above it. Um, you got Bitcoin barely holding on onto this support right here. So if that shit lose, and it also already broke its 50 weekly Fibonacci, which was right here. So all this barely hanging above the support. Also, same thing as Ethereum, it's barely hanging on the crucial price. If not, it could fucking be dropping to the 90s, to the low 89s, because your next support down here is right here, you guys, in 85. So you got also another thing that was giving me the red flags was Bitmine. How Bitmine this whole time, ever since Tom Lee bought it and did all this shit, it was hanging it in the price between your normal 39s and 60s. So the fact that we actually broke the 39s and we're at 33, 32, and that's where your main fucking low was this whole time since July 28th. And we had this bad news. I was like, yo, this is gonna be a fucking this. Once this bottom hits, we could be fucking these next probably 2 weeks or today if it happens today. Especially this is telling me it's oversold. Like you're in your 30s. You mean tell me fucking Bitcoin's gonna go down to the low 20s? You know how a fucking good of a money maker is gonna be after fucking this dump, you guys. And the next fucking doing option calls till like January or whatnot on whether it be Palantir, whether it be Nvidia, whether it be Tesla, whether it be all your fucking top sevens, whether it be, man, fuck yeah, look. And Nvidia held strong as fuck. I mean, Palantir held strong as fuck, really. There's your trend line right here. And that's your 12-hour trend line. I said we dump a little bit more because of whatever bullshit. We dropped to 168. Yeah, 168, 164. And then after that, start stabilizing. And then we going up. Or we get the good news. It closed in a 3 candle box or 4-hour 3 candle box. And then here comes Palantir. I mean, here comes the FOM and does what it does. It makes fucking Palantir shoot to 182. Is it gonna go on up or is it gonna reject type of shit? And as the S&Ps try to recover, you're gonna see this is gonna be your sweet spot. Hold it fucking for 3 months, or wait after the FOMC, and then from there take it. Netflix, fuck yeah, come on, this would look this look where it was hanging. Right above 50 weekly Fibonacci. And we're barely hanging on my indicators, so rally support. So as long as we're above this is the rally support. When we start breaking it, it's telling you, yo, we're about to fall, buddy. You're about to fall off the cloud. 3 candle box. Look how it didn't complete. So if uh if the FOMC comes, we can maybe drop, and this will be our bottom our 50 right here, especially if these the week after that it stabilizes and we come into the end of the month, and the last week we get some sort of fucking stupid good news, and then the market starts recovering from there, and you'll see just Netflix hovering around, your 1,078, your 1,060 or whatnot. And as we come to the last month, it recovers and goes back up here to your 194. That'll be very interesting, man, how this plays out. Because there's going to be a sweet-ass fucking rally once this shit is over with. Look where it went back down to. Same fucking area. Daily, that's telling you, hey, this is our targets. But we know all these stocks are pretty much waiting for the FOMC. Especially stocks like Palantir, Netflix, Meta too. Just look how flat it was. Anyways, all these stocks, you guys, when we get that fucking signal from FOMC, you know how long of a fucking recovery these stocks will have to do and how fast they'll do it, especially after these fucking last 2 weeks of dumping. Anyways, alright, you guys. So yeah, I'll hop on later on, probably around. Probably after 3, just to see how the market open or whatnot. If anything, maybe at 1 o'clock to see how Bitcoin is at. Let me check them again. Yeah, they still just fucking holding. Yeah. All right. I'm out, you guys. This is Brian Secret. Wait. Yo, let's go. Appreciate it, bro. Shows Pete. What's up, man? Marie Ho. Appreciate it, bro. Can you say hi, Maria? What's up, Maria? Bye, you guys. Appreciate it. It's my C Chris signing out.